Okay, this is your feedback for your globalization poster. Okay, so Andre, Mustafa, and Leo. Okay, first of all, if we go through the criteria, um, you communicated the ideas quite well. You could have probably used more precise vocabulary, more so use keywords like interconnections and interdependency. Okay, you try to include them a few times. Also, your you presented the information on your poster in a good way. There was a nice mix of pictures which explained what you were trying to show, and also text. However, I think maybe there was a little bit too much text, and at times you seem to be just reading directly from the poster. Um, your oral report I thought was very informative. It was logical and straightforward, but it was very interesting how you connected the specific things about football in terms of the football goals, in terms of where those resources came from, who manufactured them, and then where they ended up, and how you link that to communication technology, transportation, the economy, and how you made the link with political factors, and also mentioned things like the World Cup, football boots, and football as a whole. It could have been improved a little bit in terms of just explaining again and linking back into why those factors that you mentioned, like politics and technology and transportation, linked in and helped with were factors that influence globalization. So therefore, for this one, you're going to get five marks, okay, because you could have improved some aspects, but it was very, very interesting. Okay, so well done. Okay, for this second part here, I say your poster was fairly clearly laid out. The font size on the whole was okay. Sometimes it was a little bit small because you had so much text. There should have been just headlines, but you did have a mix of visuals, as I've already said. You use a visual presentation to support your oral presentation, which you did, but again, there was a little bit too much text at times. It was clear that there could have been more practice. Like you sort of had your separate parts, but hadn't necessarily practiced and rehearsed and gone through exactly how it was going to work. And again, that was evident when you put up your presentation and a few things were in the wrong order. Okay, so again, because of that, it's going to be 5 again for this criteria. Moving down, okay, document sources, information using recognized convention. You did provide me with a citation list. However, your marks are going to be affected here basically because none of your images were used the in-text citation, okay, of MLA. So, for example, all your pictures, like this one that was in the instructions, should have had the index in that text citation that Noodle would have told you about. So again, once you've put the information into Noodle, you can ask it to tell you what the in-text citation should be, and that is what you should have put under your pictures, plus also to describe where you got some information that you had. Okay, so that restricts your marks quite a bit here. Okay, so to 3 marks. Okay, moving down. So discussion of concepts, issues, models with a visual representation and theories. You chose both visual and oral organization, and again, there was clear logic to your ideas that you showed us. In terms of where you are on here, you did include a variety of ideas that demonstrated how they link together very well. Like I've already mentioned, I was very impressed with the goals, boots, and so forth. Especially impressed with Andre, who seemed to really understand the linkages, and Leo. Mustafa, you did quite well with the boot explanation, but it could have been improved. Again, maybe a sign that you didn't rehearse it as well as you could have done. So because of that, we're at a 5 again over here. Okay, and then finally moving down to the final one. So how well were your arguments supported? I think it was clear that you did some research, you backed it up with that information, and therefore it's going to be another 5 over here. Okay, so well done. So overall then, looking back up here, your mark for criteria C has been impacted quite a bit, mainly because of the fact that the way you delivered your oral presentation, it was good, but clearly it hadn't been rehearsed, and the citation was a big limit. Okay, so overall for this, it will be a 5, and then going down here, it's going to be another 5. Okay.